Hey.
It's my favorite thing.
They're going. It's going to record you now.
No. But in all seriousness, do you want me to approach and just go up there if they have any questions? So how would you do that? Mine?
How you doing?
What's he here? I guess the resolution.
Hey, you ought to sit up there and let him sit back there. You can't hear me.
Yeah. Oh.
All right, for the Pledge of Allegiance. Roll call. Here. Minkus.
Here.
Shackelford.
Home.
Here.
Marcus.
Here.
Jackers. Walters. Norton. Gregory. Approval of agenda. Any questions or comments?
So we have to amend the agenda?
No, it was already posted, amended. Just need approval
Okay.
for it.
I'll make the motion to approve it.
Motion by Alderman Walters to approve the amended agenda. Do we have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Alderman Marcus. Roll call. Alderman Rick Arnold.
Yes.
Norton.
Yes.
Walters.
Yes.
Jackers.
Yes.
Marcus.
Yes.
Shackelford.
Yes.
Minkus.
Yes.
Wendy Arnold.
Yes.
So moved. Thank you. All right, citizens' comments. We have Mrs. Alderman.
Okay. I certainly hope when you aldermen, before you aldermen vote on things, that you read it thoroughly, that you don't just only read the caption, but that you read what you're voting on, what it actually says. On the Piper Jaffray memo, refinancing the city and the NID bonds. Isn't this interesting? We're going to use the City Hall and Police Station as collateral. Love it. And we're going to repay part of the loan with proceeds from the sale of the NID properties. Let's see, how many have we sold so far? And then, do you realize that when you you're going to extend the term of the mid portion so you don't have to pay as much annually, but you're putting your grandchildren paying for the need. Okay, next thing is the budget amendment. Okay, when you all adopted lockers, the whole deal was, it was because the employees did not ever get a raise. So you passed lockers, now you're going to give them a 3% raise to the tune of almost $85,000. You folks can't stop spending. You know, you ought to be ashamed of yourself for the way you're handling the finances of the city. Third thing I wanted to speak on was the Easter egg hunt. Do you all not have a park board anymore to plan this? Anyway, Easter is after the election, so you don't have to impress anybody with the wonderful Easter egg hunt, so, you know, why even worry about it? Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Swan.
I have a question on the presentation that was made in the workshop. Missouri American Water, just say if they end up purchasing our water and sewer, what happens to the plan that they are putting in place now? Do we lose that money? Does it go directly to Missouri American Water? Do they pay it all? Or what happens? Because we would no longer own any of the water and sewer, but still we're allowed to take monies from those funds. So would we have money still to take from those funds?
The funds would all go to the general fund. So basically, it would be something that we would get the attorneys in on, and they would get
So we
everything
still
taken care of.
don't know for sure how that would work.
Sale of the water and sewer, if it even came to that, would go to the vote of the people anyway.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I know that.
Futuristic.
Yeah. Okay, and on the road, people assuming ownership of these roads, shouldn't we at least demand that these subdivisions get these roads up to par before we take them over? Because we have a lot of our own roads right now that are in such bad shape without taking some of them up there, some of them are pretty rough.
It was definitely a discussion of the board.
Okay. Okay, that's all I had.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Mrs. Spatafora?
My question's in regards to some of the Piper Jaffrey thing that we were just discussing this evening. And my question is that we're dependent, my interpretation was that we are dependent on a lot on prepayment when we sell the lots that we've just acquired, that we're going to use that to prepay off some of this loan if we take this loan. When the lots sell that we just acquired from the county council, okay, that we are going to take that money and apply it to this loan. Did I understand that correctly?
That's the hopes of this board.
Okay. All right. Are we going to put anything in place that states that this is what we are going to apply that money to?
That'll be a discussion for the board and the city attorneys to make.
Okay. Then my next question is since the only time we really have access to the city attorney as citizens is that where are we standing? Because when we went into this with the county council, it was the understanding that we were going to take and put these through the court system as soon as possible, okay? And what you had all said at that time, that by January 1st, and I believe you made promises that you couldn't keep, okay? But by January 1st, we were already going to have one of those properties as the test one to already have been through the system, and then the other ones were to follow. Now, so far, and this is what I had brought up in the discussion previous to this, is that there's no assurance that we even in 6 months that we're going to have those lots sold. So where are we at in that process? Because we as citizens are not getting any updates, and now you're asking us as citizens that please back us with this because we're going to use this money as a prepayment. So where are we?
they're all on file, every single one of them on file. They are out for service, waiting for the people to be served, at which point they'll have 30 days in which to answer, and then I'll set it for hearing almost immediately.
Okay. And do they not, they also have, they can come back, yeah, and contest that, is that not true?
That's correct.
Okay, so we still have no reassurance on that. We're gonna, in the near future, and by what I mean, I'll give my definition of near future, 6 months, that we're gonna actually be putting these lots on for sale.
I can't promise you.
I'm correct in assuming that?
Are you correct in assuming that? No.
No, okay. So you're kind of thinking that it's gonna take less than 6 months, that we're gonna be able to put this on for the supposed contractors that we have that are waiting for these lots?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So if my 3 minutes are up?
Yeah, but you got 1 minute left if you want to finish
Okay.
up, but if you'd like to get a list of your questions together, then we can get with the attorney and get those answered for you.
And who do I submit my questions to for the attorney?
Bring them into Mr. Brown.
Mr. Brown, okay. All right. Will I be charged for that, to get my questions answered?
It's not a sunshine request. If you would like to get your questions answered, give them to Mr. Brown and he can get those for you.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right. Bond refunding. Mr. Brown.
I think the question I've got, the council heard a great presentation from Michelle and Jack. So the question I've got is they gave you two options. What is the preferred option on the board? And then vote on that preferred option so they can move forward to the next step. And that's what we need to decide in this next few minutes.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and start off with looking at the two things that we got, from Mr. Dillingham and Ms. Bach. Looking at extending loans, Mrs. Kinnon had brought up extending it into the future. That's only on option number 2. We have the ability to go with option number 1, which is keeping it set. And also the other thing about the city hall and the police department, those are already on hold for these current bonds, so it's not that we're putting them up for collateral because they're already up for collateral, because those are the bonds. That's what they're for.
Let me get this right, and I know the answer, I think I remember the answer, is that the sell of the lots have nothing to do with this bonding, refinancing. It has nothing to do with it. That's only like,
Thanks. Correct. The refinancing would occur if the lots are sold. You would use those proceeds if you choose to prepay
right,
that
but it
loan.
wouldn't change anything on what we're voting on, one option or the other. So the sell of lots has nothing to do with refinancing at all. It's more, if we do get it, it's more of the topping on top of the ice cream.
Right, we're wanting to give you the flexibility to prepay the
Right.
loan based on those sales, but it doesn't matter.
Right, it's gonna save interest if we
Correct.
use it.
Correct.
I think it's a misnomer out there that the sell of lots is going to affect this, and it doesn't affect anything whatsoever.
That's right.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions or comments?
Well, I personally rather see us just do the first, because then we're not extending anything for the bid and nor extending anything on the city hall, so.
And not putting us into a
We can
legal at the
prepay
end.
on either option, correct?
And
We can
Yes.
prepay on either option.
Correct, that's right.
So I'm not a banker, I'm not a finance guy. But, you know, one of the questions I hear a lot from a few people out there is, can we clearly say that we're paying off one and starting anew with a second? We're not, right, essentially we're paying off old debt, taking the same money, not extending the loan,
Right.
and just refinancing that money to
That's
save
correct.
money year over year.
Both of the NID and the certificates of participation for City Hall are callable right now.
Okay.
And so you're going to take the proceeds of this loan, pay off the old bonds in both issues, and then you'll only have left this one 2017 issuance.
With two line items, one being
Correct.
the NID and the other. And we already have City Hall and police on one record, we're moving it over to.
Right, you're keeping the collateral the same as it is right now, but you're tying in the NID to that to get the benefit of the lower interest rate and the savings.
Because the timing's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Yes, Mr. Jeffers?
I'm not a can kicker. Let's pay it off as soon as we can and go from there.
That sounds fine.
And we need to remember, this is the worst case, this is set up on a worst case scenario. This is where we have the one builder who's not paying his NID payment. So this is actually, this is gonna help, the other guys they start paying their NID payments, it's gonna be more.
Right.
It's out of the general fund for us.
Yeah.
Right. It would definitely be a savings. We're not extending the term. We're not changing any type of collateral. We're just basically lowering our interest rate in our payments for savings into the general fund.
It's kind of like refinancing your home,
Yes.
Consolidation.
changing the rates.
Yep. Okay. Okay, we have a motion,
To do the first one.
motion by Alderman Walters, to give, I guess, give authority to Piper Jaffray to go out and collect the bids for option number 1.
I'll second.
Seconded by Alderman Rick Arnold. Roll call, please.
Alderman Wendy Arnold?
Yes.
Minkus?
Yes.
Shackelford?
Yes.
Marcus?
Yes.
Jeffers?
Yes.
Walters?
Yes.
Norton?
Yes.
Rick Arnold?
Yes.
So moved. All right, Deuster Electric, new business license. Mr. Brown, we have a representative here. Oh,
Thanks for
We're,
coming.
thank you.
We have an application for a new business license, and the company is named Deuster's Electrical Company. They're a ground-up electrical contractor. They're new to people. They're up in the Mason Circle area up there. They built a new structure up there. And the gentleman's sitting in the audience. If you have any questions for him, he can answer those for you. Everything's ready to go. It's just a matter of approving the new business license.
any questions or comments?
Can you fix the light down the street?
Mason Circle.
Oh, Mason Circle. Okay.
Welcome.
Anything else? All right, if there's no other questions or comments, at this time I would entertain a motion to accept the new business license.
So moved.
Motion by Alderman Walters, seconded by Alderman Minkus. Roll call, please.
Alderman Rick Arnold?
Yes.
Norton?
Yes.
Walters?
Yes.
Jeffers?
Yes.
Marcus?
Yes.
Shackelford?
Yes.
Minkus?
Yes.
Wendy Arnold? Yes.
So moved. Congratulations and thank you for coming to Private City.
Thank you. Hey, I only have one comment. You got a great business park. I'd actively market it because everybody that I discussed with getting that 3 acres back there, and when I tell them that there's sewer, water, gas, electric, the street and the access, they cannot, they're like, where's this? And when they Google it, I mean, because you got a 10-acre lot back there, 11-acre lot back there, 3 acre, another 3 acre. I mean, the city could draw, with the way the economy's down, it's just a thought. I know it's not your property, but it's a phenomenal location to attract, you know, some small to mid-sized businesses to get them in here.
Great, well, thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you again. All right, old business, bill number 1422, 171 schedule, second reading. Any questions or comments?
Is this the countdown?
I'm sorry,
Is this the countdown?
this is for changing the schedule of the detectives department to add them on and keep them with the rest of the police department on the same schedule. Mhm. Moving the detectives department from a 40-hour work week onto the 28-day schedule of the rest of the police department.
This only pertains to the police department then?
Correct.
Okay, I did not. That was in my packet, and I wrote that that's what I was talking about.
Oh, yeah, no.
Okay.
Okay.
Just the police department?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. No more questions or comments. I'll entertain a motion to put bill number 1422, 171 schedule on its second reading by caption only.
So moved.
Motion by Alderman Rick Arnold, do we have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Alderman Ed Walters. Roll call, please.
Alderman Wendy Arnold?
Yes.
Mingus?
Yes.
Shackelford?
Yes.
Marcus?
Yes.
Jeffers?
Yes.
Walters?
Yes.
Norton?
Yes.
Rick Arnold?
Yes.
So moved. Bill number 1422, an ordinance of the Board of Aldermen of the City of Ely, Missouri, amending section 117.140 to clarify the city's compensatory time policies and to provide for compensatory time and overtime pay for city employees and non-exempt police officers assigned to certain work schedules, I'm sorry. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by Alderman Marcus to approve on its last final reading, seconded by Alderman Rush Shackelford. Roll call.
Alderman Rick Arnold?
Yes.
Norton?
Yes.
Walters?
Yes.
Jeffers?
Abstain.
Marcus?
Yes.
Shackelford?
Yes.
Mingus?
Yes.
Wendy Arnold?
Yes.
So moved. All right, on to new business. Resolution 2017-66, the 2017 budget amendment. Any questions or comments? Questions or comments? I'll entertain a motion to go into reading on Resolution 2017-66.
So moved.
Motion by Alderman Marcus. Do we have a second?
I'll second
Seconded by Alderman Walters. Roll call.
Alderman Wendy Arnold?
Yes.
Mingus?
Yes.
Shackelford?
Yes.
Marcus?
Yes.
Jeffers?
No.
Walters?
it. Yes.
Norton?
Yes.
Rick Arnold?
Yes.
So moved. Resolution number 2017-66, a resolution amending the fiscal year 2017 budget for the city of Ely, Missouri to provide funding for a 3% salary raise for the city employees retroactive to January 1, 2017. Entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Motion by Alderman Minkus. Do we have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Alderman Marcus. Roll call.
Alderman Rick Arnold?
I asked before we started the motion if there was any questions or comments. Go forward.
Alderman Rick Arnold?
Yes.
Norton?
Thought we already did this.
You're approving it,
So the previous motion was for five.
just to read. There's only one reading on a resolution.
Okay. I'm most interested in hearing what Mr. Jeffers had to say. Yes.
Walters?
Yes.
Jeffers?
No.
Marcus?
Yes.
Shackelford?
Yes.
Mingus?
Yes.
Wendy Arnold?
Yes.
So moved. All right, resolution number 2017-67, city attorney. Any questions or comments?
That's where that says, 67.
Hey, Amber. No questions, comments? Sorry. And I'll entertain a motion to put resolution 2017.
This is,
Yes.
this is just the division of the.
Yes, sir.
This division. Yep.
Okay.
Good.
Entertain a motion to put resolution
I'll make a motion.
2017-67. Motion by Alderman Walters. Do we have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Alderman Wendy Arnold. Roll call.
Alderman Wendy Arnold?
Yes.
Mingus?
Yes.
Shackelford?
Yes.
Marcus?
Yes.
Jeffers?
Yes.
Walters?
Yes.
Norton?
Yes.
Rick Arnold?
Yes.
So moved. Resolution number 2017-67, a resolution of the Board of Aldermen of the City of Ely, Missouri, authorizing the mayor to enter and execute a contract for prosecuting attorney with Thomas P. Dugan Jr. and incorporating said proposed contract as part of this ordinance and establishing an effective date thereof.
I'll make a motion, we accept it.
We have a motion by Alderman Walters to accept resolution 2017-67 as read. Do we have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Alderman Mingus. Roll call.
Alderman Rick Arnold?
Yes.
Norton?
Yes.
Walters?
Yes.
Jeffers?
Yes.
Marcus?
Yes.
Shackelford?
Yes.
Mingus?
Yes.
Wendy Arnold?
Yes.
So moved. Okay. Amber, on this one, you have the resolution 2017-68, not 88. So that is to be corrected as the resolution 2017-68
I believe it's 68 on the actual resolution, it was just put 88 on the agenda.
on the amended agenda. It's incorrect.
So the resolution's right.
Resolution is
Right.
correct. Okay, any questions or comments? Again, this is to separate the two. No questions or comments, I'll entertain a motion
make
for
a
the
motion.
resolution on read. Motion by Alderman Walters, do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Alderman Rick Arnold, roll call.
Alderman Wendy Arnold.
Yes.
Minkus,
Yes.
Shackelford.
Yes.
Marcus.
Yes.
Jeffers.
Yes.
Walters.
Yes.
Norton.
Yes.
Rick Arnold.
Yes.
So moved. All right, resolution 2017-68, a resolution authorizing the mayor of the city of Peably, Missouri to enter into and execute an agreement with the law firm of Westhoff Law LLC and Sean W. Westhoff for the services as city attorney.
Make a motion to accept it.
Motion by Alderman Walters to accept 2017-68. Do we have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Alderman Minkus. Roll call.
Alderman Rick Arnold.
Yes.
Norton.
Yes.
Walters.
Yes.
Jeffers.
Yes.
Marcus.
Yes.
Shackelford.
Yes.
Minkus.
Yes.
Wendy Arnold.
Yes.
So moved. All right, Easter egg hunt. Did you get the prices on the eggs?
They're in route.
They're en route? Good deal. All right.
The prices is
The eggs are en route.
They're on their way.
Awesome. Work with chickens. And then did you set the prices, not prices, the prices?
I'm assuming we
Keeping
just use the
everything the
standard
same
ones
as
we
last
always
year.
have.
Okay. So we need to get the flyers together also. So I think it's a good event for the kids and the families of the city of Peably, regardless of time frame. I think it's a great thing that the city and the kids actually look forward to. Definitely looking into volunteers to come down and help. I have several people that have already said they would come and help out. We need to set the time frames and the schedule for everything. So as soon as we can get those flyers ready, get that out, and so we can have people sign up that would like to come in, especially the residents, anybody that wants to come in and help with it.
What's the date?
We had it set for, was it the 20th, was the weekend of the 20th, right, was the Easter? Yeah, that's the weekend, October 20th. We had it set for that previous weekend, or yeah, I'm sorry.
Saturday,
Mhm.
What day?
Saturday, the 8th.
April 8th.
What's the time?
April the 8th. And we'll set with the same time frames that we have previous years, just keep everything the same.
Which is what time?
I think we do lineups and everything started around 11. Easter Bunny came in and did pictures, and then I believe we started the actual hunt around 1. I believe that was 1 o'clock. All right. Anything else? All right, nothing else on the?
Yes,
it is. On to the police PR vehicles. Captain Nutray.
Do you want me to go through the,
Anybody has any questions about it?
Well, why don't you go
It's your time frame.
Some people weren't
The
here.
residents, yeah.
Some people in the crowd weren't here.
I was explaining earlier, we had the opportunity to acquire a 1987 Humvee demilitarized vehicle from Jefferson College Police Department, free of charge from the Department of Defense. My goal with this is to turn it into a PR vehicle, go and try to rally up some support through local businesses to get it painted flashy colors. So I don't want it to look like a tactical vehicle, SWAT vehicle, or a military vehicle. I want to be able to take it to the schools, let kids climb around on it, take it down the park, just on a nice Sunday afternoon, put in parades, and go from there. So it's 1987. It's got 4,000 miles or hours on it. In 2007, there was a new drivetrain put in. So with it being free of charge now, if it ends up being a money pit, we can always just call the Department of Defense and give it back. No questions asked.
Cost, okay, back to cost. Insurance, are we only okay liability on it to keep the cost down, or?
Yeah, I put a message in with our current insurance carrier to see if that's going to negatively affect what we pay now. So she's supposed to get back to me on that. It was something they typically don't cover. So she's doing some research on that. But all I'm asking for now is just permission to go forward with it, to get our hands on it, because if Jefferson College gives it back to the Department of Defense, then it'll be gone in the wind. We'll never have an opportunity like this unless another police department comes up with one. But, so right now, I'm just going to move forward with the application process and at least trying to get it obtained for the city.
Acquired is at no cost to us.
Zero cost.
Okay, and then
Absolutely.
whatever happens moving forward, we discuss cost.
Whatever happens moving forward, yes, we will, every step we take with this, we'll discuss it with the board, and we'll work on it together.
Can you say that it's gonna be completely PR and not used whatsoever for any other reason?
Well, I would like to think in the wintertime, nothing tactical, nothing militarized, I'm not gonna rip anybody's doors off with it. However, with the Humvee's abilities, there are places, we have a lot of hills and towns, and there was a lot of places last year where officers would have to walk to get people out to escort them to ambulances. So yeah, in inclement weather, I would put it to use, be able to get the people who needed to get to ambulances. So, yes, if that needs.
So in that scenario, you just found a positive that it would.
Absolutely. I mean, those things, I've seen Humvees pull tractor trailers out of ditches before. So we wouldn't be able to make it.
Which is something we can't do yet without the fire department, I assume, or something like that.
Right. But yeah, nothing bad.
You're not gonna set up lights and all that, like police lights and all that?
Yeah, I've talked to some vendors in the area.
Okay.
As far as, I'm gonna do it, I can get donations for it, I want it done up pretty big.
Okay.
It'd be quite a spectacle if we take it, put it in for
Just think word donation.
donation all the time, trust me.
I'll make a motion, we move forward, get Tony the authorization to move forward with the police PR vehicle for the Hummer.
I'll second that.
We have a motion by Alderman Rick Arnold to move forward on the application process. We have a second by Alderman Shackelford. Roll call, please.
Alderman Wendy Arnold.
Yes.
Pincus.
Yes.
Shackelford.
Yes.
Marcus.
Yes.
Jeffers.
Yes.
Walters.
Yes.
Norton.
Yes.
Rick Arnold.
Yes.
Thank you. All right, Alderman Jeffers.
Only, thank you all for coming, appreciate it. And, I missed my chance on the, raise. I was told that basically the raise was paid for by the budget amendment that the, police, the Herky bill passed. And, the only thing was, I mean, there's two things. First of all, I don't know why it's a 3% across the board. All it does is it gives the higher person more than the lower one. The higher person's going to stay here with you anyway because he's making a good salary. You want to keep the lower one. It could have been just a simple, you know, if you don't want to go through the evaluation on people, it should have been just a flat $800, $12,000 per person, whatever it would have been. And that would have been more fair to people. Second thing is, I'm wondering if we should stop spending money on water and sewer projects if we're going to sell, if there's a possibility we're going to sell it, because we'll never get the money back if we keep going with these projects. I mean, the cameras for the laterals, the two major projects going, should we put those on hold? I don't know. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Alderman Marcus.
Just a couple of things. The thing is too is about, so I brought up the loggers, the employees gave up a raise, 3% and everything else. They also gave up health care for their families too, so they don't got health care for themselves. The past times when it was voted on, there was tax increases. There was no tax increase on this, loggers for the employees, nothing like that. And they gave up to get what they got and everything else too. The other thing is too is the water and sewer, it's not a done deal selling. It's up to the citizens. If they want to sell it, it's up to them. That's why it's going out to vote. So for us to stop doing what we're doing is nonsense. We need to keep moving forward, because that's what the city needs to do, is move forward, not sit on its hands. The other thing is too is in Hillsborough this Wednesday, they got a meeting out there. There's a guy named Bob Lewis. He's with Development Strategies. He's going to be out there speaking, talking about bringing businesses into the county, St. Louis County, Jefferson County. So I'm a member out that way. I will be going out there, and like I said, it's a public meeting, so anybody's invited to go out there and hear what he's got to say. They're going to have, it's going to start at 10:30. They're going to have a short business meeting, then after that, this Bob Lewis will be speaking on trying to bring business into the area and everything else too. So just let everybody know, I imagine Dickie's gonna be there too.
That's at Jefferson College.
Yes, Jefferson College in the Viking Room, it's a student center building is what it is. So I would suggest that people go there and possibly learn some things. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Alderman Walters.
Just a couple of things. I'd like to thank the city employees for cleaning up the hillside over here next to the railroad tracks. All the trash out of there looks a lot better. Lost my train of thought, sorry. Maybe that's it. Yeah, train came by.
Alderman Shackelford.
Nothing at this time.
Alderman Norton.
Yeah, I think Mr. Jeffers makes a pretty good point in regards to, I don't know if everybody can hear me, I'm a whisperer evidently. I think Mr. Jeffers makes a pretty good point on the 3% and how it's done. I'm not going to say that I don't believe that everyone deserves a pay increase year over year, but I think it can go back to based on merit, and whereas if there's allotted funds, as we just approved $84,000, that's what's allotted, and then it's based upon yearly evaluations over how you did over the course of the year. And if that means that somebody gets 2% and somebody gets 4%, you know, that's fine, but that's based off of evaluation and not just being present. I don't know, that's how it's done in some of the businesses I'm in. It also gets a better return because people work harder because they know that it's not a blanket approval. It is work-based, effort-based. You don't just show up and punch in to get your pay. But that said, wages need to go up as cost goes up. To what that extent, that's just, I just think that's fair. And I'm going to be honest with you, the police department's going to be the last people that I decide isn't going to get a certain pay increase of some sort. I don't know. I'm not putting my life on the line. So I can tell you that I get wage increase based off of what I do every day. So I think it's only fair that they do too. That's one thing, and I'll be quick. In regards to the Easter egg hunt, I'm not up for election, so I will be present regardless, and I plan to be there with my 6 and 10-year-old to hunt some eggs and help out wherever I can there. So anything I can do to help, we can discuss offline.
Thank you.
That's all I have.
Okay. All right, Alderman Lucas.
Okay, tomorrow night, P&Z 6:30. And another thing is I had someone talk to me, and I know that when Carol Moore was live, he brought this up before too, about people on Old State Road pulling into driveways but parking on the sidewalk. You walk down the sidewalk, you can't get around them. I mean, several times I've walked that way and had to walk out in the street, so I don't know what the remedy for that is. Tony?
We'll take care of it.
Yeah, I mean, is it legal parking or?
On the sidewalk?
The sidewalk going down parallel with the street, there, sometimes they'll park 2 cars, one of the cars are sitting on the sidewalk, you can't get around the car.
You have to walk around.
Yeah, you get down the street to walk around them.
I'd have to look into that. I can't give you an answer on that. It's something new to us because a lot of the sidewalks are new in town. That's their driveway, but I understand the city has easements and stuff on the roadways as well. So if we do some research, and I'll get with Sean and have it done in what, an hour?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, at least
Before this meeting ends.
Yes. But we'll get an answer for you for sure. And if it is enforceable, we will enforce it.
There's something to be changed if it, and generally if city.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a parking ordinance, it's probably as simple as adding a line that says, hey, don't park on the sidewalk.
Oh, pretty simple. I'm done.
All right. Moving on. Alderman Rick Arnold.
I just kind of want to touch on what Marvin and had to say about the raises. straight across the board is probably not fair, but it is what it is. I'd go along with any of it, as long as everyone gets a raise. I don't want, just because someone's been there 3 months or 2 months not to get a raise. I want everyone to get a raise. I don't want anyone to be excluded. Otherwise, that's not straight across the board. That's all.
Alderman Wendy Arnold.
I wanted to address Ms. Kennan, you wanted to know about the Parks Board. They are establishing one now. It is non-existent yet, so you might be a great member to come on board.
Been there, done that.
So that's when you see the board talking about these items up here. And that, I don't have anything.
Oh, you remember? Okay, go for it.
I know that this has come up lots of times. A couple of weeks ago on Sunday, across from Dave Kaltenbraun's house, there was a semi backed in the driveway up there. And when I called the police department, talked to an officer, and he went up and asked him to move it. But then Officer Weiss, or Sergeant Weiss, says that we don't have anything that can force moving a semi out of a residential area. Now, when I was on the board back in the 90s, we had that problem up in Peabody Square all the time, and I was under the understanding that we did have something. So apparently Kitty says that that we need to add a line to our code
Yeah,
on
line
that.
4.
Pardon me?
It's line 4 on that particular ordinance that needs to indicate that the parking of those types of vehicles is not allowed in any one of the zones identified previously in that ordinance.
Because I personally, when I went to church at 6:30 in the morning, the truck was idling. So, I mean, there's no reason why people want to listen to that. I realize, it's backed onto their personal driveway, but it's still a residential area, and I don't think that we really want that. Maybe if it takes a larger class license plate or whatever, but we need to address that. Okay?
That's it.
Yep, okay.
Madam Mayor, we are doing that tomorrow night at P and Z. We're addressing some of that.
Okay.
All right, Captain Mutry.
Oh, ma'am, thank you.
Mr. Brown.
The board meeting software, we're moving forward with that. They've installed the cables already. Probably by the time the next meeting occurs, we may have that up and running, and Amber will be doing her thing, whatever that is on her laptop. So hopefully, but we are moving forward with that process. Just real quickly, Thursday and Friday, I'm on vacation.
Good for you.
All right, and then I also wanted to kind of come off of Mr. Jeffers and Mr. Norton and Mr. Arnold as far as the raises, and I think that that was something that the board had discussed on the 3%, because we were trying to filter something in from the employees that had given up and lost so many things and trying to balance the budget. Also, the city is working on getting together an actual step raise to where it's going to be based on performance and not just everybody gets, 3% or $1 or whatever it is that the board chooses at that time. It's going to be based on merit and performance. So I think that's something we definitely need to keep pushing forward on. It does give people something to strive on. I agree with you. Also, as far as the boards and the park board, again, we do keep going out asking for volunteers and for people to come in and sign up for the board. Mr. Marcus has spoke with, I believe, 4 people, 5 people, 6 people that'll possibly like to be on boards. So, we definitely have to have citizen participation when it comes to boards and the park boards. So the more people that, can be talked to and encourage them to come help out the city would be great for these boards. That's it. Nothing else?
Madam Mayor, I've got one thing.
Yes, sir.
I told you before the end of this meeting. Section 355.010, no parking on a sidewalk.
Anything else? All right. I'll entertain the motion to adjourn. Motion by Alderman Marcus, seconded by Alderman Walters. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Have a good evening.
The strippers are actually coming in. Amber, come in, Commissioner's Cabinet.
Which one is it?
Well, if I could get that email to me tomorrow.